Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to Dreamworks Switch to Life. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing everything that we know Dreamworks is coming out with. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. The first movie we have to discuss is Forgotten Island, which is going to be coming to theaters on September 25th, 2026. And fun fact, it just barely had a screening at San Diego Comic-Con, and people walked away thinking that it was really good. In fact, some might say it's the best DreamWorks film that has ever been made. I don't really know about that, but it does make me very excited to see what this movie has in store for us when it releases. Way more excited than I am for Cocomelon, the movie, which is a preschool movie that DreamWorks is kind of distributing for Mojang Entertainment. Thankfully, it's not being made by them, it's being animated by DNEG Animations. And with that in mind, we know a bit about the cast. I don't really want to go into details, but we also know that the animation will look like this, and it honestly does look really good, but it still doesn't excite me enough to want to watch it when it comes to theaters on February 19th, 2027. Maybe the trailer will change my mind. We also have the live-action How to Train Your Dragon 2 remake, which is going to be coming to theaters on June 11th, 2027. And we already know a bit about the cast, including that Valka's original voice actor, Cate Blanchett, is going to be coming back to play her in live action, which is going to be pretty cool. We also have Shrek 5, which is a movie that is going to be released on June 30th, 2027, after many delays. And shockingly, they did not do the ugly Sonic treatment where they changed the character designs. Instead, we're stuck with these abominations. Now, I highly recommend that you check out my trailer breakdown for the brand new teaser trailer, because there's a few Easter eggs that hint towards a plot, but we still don't even know what the plot of the movie is going to be about, aside from Shrek and the family are going on a trip to the kingdom of further away. We also know there's going to be a Donkey spin-off movie that's coming out just 1 year later on June 30th, 2028, and it will focus on Donkey and Dragon going on an adventure with their mutant donkey babies. And we also know that Puss in Boots is rumored to not be in the 5th Shrek movie or the other members of Team Friendship. At least they're not going to be featured in it. My theory is that they're saving those characters for a third Puss in Boots spin-off film, which I would be very excited for after The Last Wish. And finally, we have two unknown films that have reserved release dates: September 24th, 2027 and September 22nd, 2028. Again, we have no idea what these films are. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. But with that, let's dive into the TV show side of things. The only TV show confirmed for renewal is, of course, Gabby's Dollhouse, and we know that Season 14 is going to be coming out on September 14th, 2026. The new season will have 6 episodes, which unfortunately means that we still have more seasons that will come out after in 2027. And not just that, but we also know that there's going to be a Gabby's Dollhouse holiday cooking show that's going to be released sometime in the winter of 2027, maybe even December this year. Who knows? The only other show that even has a chance at renewal is The Bad Guys, the series. And the reason I say that is because even though the second season left off on a somewhat good note, it still had a hint that there could be a season 3, and rumor has it that there was going to be 30 episodes of this show at one point, and even if you count the holiday specials, that's still only 21. So it wouldn't surprise me if season 3 is announced sometime later this year, but still keep it with a grain of salt. And now we come to the bad part of this video. What TV shows are going to be leaving Netflix? And sadly, we have 3 shows that will be leaving in November. Rhymetime Town is saying goodbye on November 15th, 2026. Then we say goodbye to Boss Baby Back in Business on November 17th, 2026. But the sequel series Back in the Crib will still be on Netflix for a few more years. And then the last show is Dragon's Rescue Riders, as well as its many TV specials, which will be leaving Netflix on November 24th, 2026. And I have a hypothesis that they will be transferring over to Peacock to join the sequel series Heroes of the Sky. And with all that out of the way, let's dive into our next streaming service. In a shocking twist I never saw coming, Disney Plus has announced that they're going to be making a live-action Casper the Friendly Ghost series, which is being redeveloped after it was canceled over on Peacock. And it seems like it's going to be made by the same people who made the live-action Goosebumps TV show that Disney made for Hulu. So, yeah, it's gonna be pretty dark and twisted. As to when, well, I would expect sometime in October, but whether it's this year or next year or some year after that, I don't really know. Next, we have to talk about the live-action She-Ra TV show, and unfortunately, we don't really know much about it. My theory is that it was going to be its own thing, but after the live-action Masters of the Universe movie was announced, they decided they wanted to collaborate in a last-minute thing, which was why they had an end credit tease for She-Ra appearing in the next Masters of the Universe movie. Problem is that before that happens, we still need her live-action TV show to come out. As to when, I don't really know. My guess is sometime next year or maybe the year after. Aside from that, we also know Amazon is eager to do more sequels for Masters of the Universe, but they won't be given a theatrical release. They'll just go directly to streaming. And even though we got an actress to play She-Ra in that end credit scene, I'm not sure if she's going to be the one who will play her in the TV show. That's more of a tease, similar to how Thanos was played by a different actor than the one who actually made him famous in Infinity War. We also have the live-action Voltron movie, which is going to be coming directly to Amazon Prime sometime in 2027. And we know that the story will revolve around a new generation of paladins coming to claim the mantle of Voltron, with Henry Cavill being a mentor as King Alfor, I guess. But with that in mind, we don't really know much about the plot or any of the characters. Moving away from movies and shows, we also have a couple video games I want to talk about. Namely, the live-action How to Train Your Dragon Roblox game, which was released a while ago, but it just barely got a free update that you can play right now that gives you a bunch of new modes. I haven't really played the game myself, but I'm considering it. There's also another game, which is Brawlhalla, getting a crossover with Shrek. Yes, we're getting a bunch of Shrek content in this new crossover update with Brawlhalla. Now, this crossover is a limited time. You can get the Shrek skins afterwards, but only by paying money. Right now, you can get them for free. And good news, the game is actually free on pretty much all platforms. You can play it on consoles, PC, and mobile devices, so please feel free to go check out this Smash Bros. Clone. Dreamworks also did a similar crossover with Kung Fu Panda, but not to the extent that they're doing with Shrek. And that is pretty much everything that we know Dreamworks is coming out with. So to recap, we have a couple of video game updates, which includes a Roblox game of How to Train Your Dragon getting a few new modes, and also a Shrek crossover with a free-to-play game called Brawlhalla. And then we also have Gabby's Dollhouse Season 14, which will be coming to Netflix on September 14th, 2026. This is followed by the Forgotten Island movie coming out on September 25th, 2026. And then we also have a bunch of TV shows that will be leaving Netflix, with Rhymetime Town on November 15th, Boss Baby Back in Business on November 17th, and Dragon's Rescue Riders on November 24th, 2026. Then we move to 2027 with a bunch of movies, namely Cocomelon the movie on February 19th, 2027. Then the live action How to Train Your Dragon 2 remake on June 11th, 2027. And then Shrek 5, which will be coming out on June 30th, 2027. This is followed by an unknown Dreamworks film with a reserved release date of September 24th, 2027. Then we have a Shrek spin-off movie starring Donkey that will be coming out on June 30th, 2028. And finally, another unknown Dreamworks movie with a reserved release date of September 22nd, 2028. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video, and please make sure to leave your thoughts of what you guys are most excited for down below in the comment section, and what you think the unknown Dreamworks films could be. But with all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe so that you can keep up to date on all things Dreamworks, but above all else, make sure that you're staying safe out there, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.
And I was like, whoop, 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 whoop. Focus!